morning, good morning. Hope you're having a great 2019 so far. I am. I'm right back to it today though, on my way to hoop. Get up around, on Wednesdays and Fridays, get up around 4 or 4:30 to be at the gym by 6. It's about an hour away from me. So, going to play some ball back into the routine, and I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited to get back going, to get back to it. And I encourage everybody that sees this, if you're watching this, doesn't matter if it's January the 2nd, it's January the 2nd right now, beginning of the year. You may be watching this in the future. This may be months from now, maybe years from now. Whatever time it is, you may have had a routine, you may have had something going, some momentum, something that you did intentionally. You may have intentionally stopped it, or something may have happened to where you had to put it on pause for a while. When it's time, pick that thing right back up. You know, in society now, I don't know how it is in the future, but right now, you know, if you start something and then stop something, I know for the individual, it feels like you can't start again. And then society will make you feel like a failure at times, or not make you feel like they should be able to make you feel that way, but they put pressures on you, or they may say certain things, not even towards you, but just towards that particular mindset or that pattern of start, stop. Society has deemed that as, you know, someone who does that as a failure, you know, somebody that never finishes things, etc. But in my eyes, and something that I've really been, you know, meditating on lately, is a lot of people that are successful that we see, they have started and stopped on their entire journey, and they're continuing to do that. The key is to start back, because when you look at it, you know, with the bird's eye view, and you look over the entire journey, it doesn't look like a start-stop. It just looks like there was a few days here where there was rest. There was time off. There was regrouping, rethinking. You know, maybe you had to learn something during that season, whatever it is. But you start that thing back up like you never left. That's the key to it. Most people, because of the pressures of society and then also the fears in their own mind, they start something, they stop it, and then they never pick it back up, because in their mind they're a failure. Because of the pressures of society, they're a failure. They'll never be able to be consistent. But consistency, you gotta have patience. It's a long process, right? If you're being consistent with something, that means over a period of time. Just because you started something on Monday, and by Friday, on Friday you didn't do it, on Saturday you didn't do it, on Sunday you didn't do it, that doesn't mean that you can't pick back up on that Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means that you took a break on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you picked it back up on Monday. That's all that means. But some of us would look at that as, man, I can't do this. I let it slip away, and we don't return to that thing. So, man, I encourage you guys today, whatever it is, pick it back up. And you don't even have to go full force at it if it's something that you've been away from for a long time, right? If it's some physical activity that you've done and you stopped it, you know, you might have to ease your way back into it. If it's writing, you may want to come back to it and do, you know, 4 lines, 5 lines. You did something, even if it's that small of an amount, and that's relative in itself. Those 4 lines or 5 lines, because of the platforms that you have now, could turn into a blog post. If you're an author that writes books, and then you write 5 lines, that could go on another platform and become something else. There's so many ways to share information now, right? If you are a photographer, haven't been taking pictures, take 1 picture today. Do something today. Take action today. Get back going. You got this. I'm telling you, you got this. This world, the negativity in the world, the opposition of God and godly things does not want you to create, to be who God has created you and designed you to be. And the only way for you to fulfill that is to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep taking action. Keep producing. Keep creating. Keep thinking. Right? I said a quote a couple weeks ago from Archibald MacLeish. I believe he was a poet, you know, many, many years ago. But he basically said that there is no difference between a pig and a horse versus a human being. So basically animals and human beings, there's no difference between them but the mind. Like, we have this beautiful mind where we can actually imagine things, create things in our mind, have thoughts, and then bring those things to action, right? We're not just out there in the wild or in life just as robots off of instinct. You know what I mean? Like, we have things, we have instinct, but one thing that we have over, the other creations is that we can have these thoughts and then bring them to life, right? We have this beautiful mind, this gold mind. Pardon me. Allergies like crazy. But yeah, go forth today and create. Make something beautiful. Write something beautiful. Record. Half of these cats now that are recording, I don't want to say half, I don't know the exact percentage, but a lot of these guys now that are recording that we hear, that are making albums and are signed by these big corporations, that are doing what's trendy. A lot of them now, are just getting into the recording booth and just spitting gibberish. And then they that's a take. If they catch a few words that are coherent, a few words that are that they can make out, they do the next take and they mash it all together and it's a song, right? There's no purpose behind a lot of it. There's some artists that go in and probably have a purpose and they do it the traditional way of creating a song, I guess you would call it. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them don't have a purpose when they go in there. They're just, well, I guess they do have a purpose. Their purpose is to make content that will keep their story going. Whatever that story is, whatever character they've created for themselves. And so, as people that have a purpose, if you're aware of your purpose and what it is, you're trying to accomplish, get in the booth and from the from your experiences, from your just things that you've seen and heard on your journey, you should be able to basically like recall, and I don't know, just speak from the heart. And I'm sure you can get some coherent lines, some things, freestyling. You should be able to come up with something without paper, without pad, just going in and just saying something. Even that is, that's part of the creative process. Like I said, a lot of these guys now that have this mainstream success that really aren't talking about anything. A lot of them, that's how they create. And they aren't saying anything. But if you feel like you have something to say, use that method. You don't have to use that method all the time, but if you feel like you're stuck, use that method. But yeah, go create, man. Go create. Appreciate y'all. Peace.